Hi, I'm Joe Nagel, the presenter of the People Innovation Podcast, and I'm joined by Zach Curtis, Capability Director at the Innovation Beehive. And today we're going to be talking about the innovator's profile. So Zach, what is your role at the Innovation Beehive?
So my role as Capability Director is to give people the tools and the desire and the motivation to be able to innovate more effectively, but it's not just about physical tools, it's also how people can work more effectively together.
And is that where the idea behind the innovator's profile came from?
It did, because one of the problems that our clients face is we give them great tools, we give them also process and methodology in order to innovate, and that's great, but still some people and some companies have trouble innovating. And why is that? We're giving them great tools, but actually it's when people work together who have different approaches to ideating and to innovating when things become a problem. So it's those teams which work cohesively together, those teams which have great communication in innovation, which make a real difference.
So this is why when people come out of brainstorms sessions, they sometimes say, well, nothing really happened, nothing changed. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the problem that the innovator's profile is seeking to solve?
Exactly right.
Teams often struggling to work well together. I'm sure that's something a lot of people have experienced for themselves. But what can people do about that?
You need to have a really clear understanding of how you yourself approach innovation and how it is you work through any innovation process. The second part is having an understanding of yourself means that then you should be able to recognize how other people work through an innovation process with their thinking dynamic. Now, the world's best innovation teams, they have this. They have a high level of emotional intelligence, which means then they'll be able to understand the way each other works.
So it's about understanding yourself, it's about understanding how others operate, and then crucially, as you say, it's about adapting the way that you work and the way that your thinking dynamic operates to work better as a whole team. But what can teams do to actually understand each other, understand themselves, and start to adapt?
So we've developed 4 innovation thinking dynamics, and those 4 dynamics are questioning, and questioning is the part of the brain which really helps people to measure and to come up with data and facts and problem solve all their way through an innovation process. The second part of that thinking dynamic is classifying. And classifying is the part of the brain which deals with process and planning and making sure you're methodical in the way you work through an innovation process. The third part is interacting. And interacting is the part where you engage other people. It might be stakeholders or it might be people helping you to gather insights in the innovation process. And the fourth thinking dynamic is experimenting, and that's the part traditionally associated with innovation. That's the part where people come up with great ideas and drive forwards prototyping.
This can help with their communication, with their productivity and their ways of working.
Absolutely right. Any team or any group of people working together can really benefit from understanding how they work through an innovation or a problem or solving a challenge so that they can work more cohesively together.
If someone wanted to start to engage with the innovator's profile, perhaps do it themselves, do it with their team, what would they need to do next?
Well, the first step would be to go to our website, where you'll find the profile there, and they'll be able to take the profile for themselves. They get sent an automated report which will be sent to an email address, and they'll be able to start to understand themselves immediately.
Brilliant, thank you Zach, and the link to that profile will be in the description of this video and also on the website. So thank you very much Zach, thank you for sharing the innovator's profile.
Perfect, thanks Jake.